Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 201 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Alan Houston. Alan, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it and could not do this without you, so thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, blah blah blah, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. And a lot of you guys were asking yesterday for a timestamp for the Cliff Hug, the third live feed shout outs. So that was on Monday, July 1st. I believe it was 7:27-ish if you want to get really specific. Cameras 3 and 4. So check it out. And Cliff, you're doing great, sweetie. Keep up the good work. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, Nick was generating a lot of buzz around Jack and Sis's cuddling because he's jealous. But Annalise was talking to Holly in the backyard and she was like, it's really weird and awkward when I'm alone with Jack because we have no chemistry. Ugh. And Holly's like, I guess that's good in a way because you can hang out with him and get your cuddling fix, but it won't distract you from the game. And then when it's time for him to go, bye! You know, you don't have to worry about being like emotionally attached to him. So Annalise is like, yeah, I guess so. Alright, so then Christy, back to the game, right? Away from Love Island. Christy told Sam the other day that she's not going to be pushing for one nominee to go over the other, but like, she definitely is. So she was talking to Jack and Cliff in the kitchen yesterday, and she says she feels like Ovi is the easiest to go right now. She doesn't know where he stands, and it seems like from what she's heard, he's told everyone in his campaigning that he wants to work with them. Yeah, he hasn't been very good at campaigning. He's not making like specific points to people, and he's not tailoring the campaigning to specific people. He's just saying the same thing to everyone, and that seems really not genuine. Ooh. Okay, so Cliff is like, all right, if you say he needs to go, he needs to go. I'm gonna respect the HOH's wishes here. And Christy says Ovi could be one of those floaters that just winds up in the final 3, and she feels really threatened by that. She says that's a lot more dangerous than Kat. So at the same time, she doesn't want Ovi to be blindsided. She feels really bad about that, and Cliff agrees, and he says he already told Ovi that he would let him know if it becomes obvious that Ovi is going. So Christy's like, yes, I would like him to go out with respect and integrity. So I guess they plan to have at least a few people tell him, more than just one, on like Wednesday morning, I'm thinking. So then Christy was also talking about the vote with Nicole, Kemi, and Jess, and Christy's like, I feel like Ovi deserves to be here more than Kat does. He's sweet, he's got a better attitude, he's more into the game than Kat. But game-wise, it makes more sense for her to keep Kat around. A, she's a girl. B, she doesn't really know the game or the rules or how it works. So that's good, you know, if you're playing against somebody like that. Probably not going to be a threat in mental or physical competitions. She'll vote the way the girls tell her to vote? What? I don't agree with that at all. She's gonna do what freaking Mickey tells her to do. Are you kidding me? But then Christy's like, once Mickey goes, she's ours. And again, I don't know if I even agree with that, because I could totally see Kat finding a different guy to follow. Maybe it wouldn't be like a romantic connection this time, if you can call it romantic. But she's still, I think she needs like a male figure to tell her what to do. Alright, so anyway, Christy's also saying we can just use Kat as a pawn again. It's gonna be great. Kat will eventually seal her own fate. We don't have to worry about her. Whereas, again, she says Ovi could potentially make it to the final 3 just by floating. He's a wild card. They don't know what to expect from him, and that scares her. So she says she's not gonna tell anyone how to vote, but that's just what she's thinking about this situation. And again, she says she doesn't want Ovi to be blindsided, and she's probably gonna warn him Wednesday morning. Alright, so then some of the house guests played hide and seek for a while. Oh my god, so much fun. And then later, Kemi and Bella had a game chat on the hammock, which was pretty interesting. Because the night before, we saw them form the Black Widows Alliance with Jess and Nicole. But now they're bringing up some concerns about their fellow Black Widows, Jess and Nicole. Bella is thinking Jess is too focused on keeping all of the girls safe and trying to work with all of the girls, and I would agree. I think it's too much. Think about like a tree that needs pruning, or like a tree that's diseased or something. You gotta trim the tree to keep it healthy. Just because they're girls doesn't mean they have to be, it doesn't have to be an all the girls alliance, but it's an all girls alliance. You know what I mean? It's not all the girls. Because let's face it, some of these girls are not gonna wanna be in a girls alliance. Cat and Holly. So Bella's like, we have our 4 now. We don't have to try to include or protect everyone like Kat. So Kemi is then saying she's not sure if she can trust Nicole completely, because before the Power of Veto ceremony, all that went down, Nicole didn't tell her that there were people throwing Kemi's name around as possible backdoor. And Bella's like, oh, well, I talked to Nicole about that, and she didn't want to say anything yet because it was not confirmed info. She says she doesn't have a lot of people talking game with her, so she had only heard it from like one person, so she wasn't sure if she could trust it or not, and she didn't want to freak Kemi out if it wasn't true and then put a target on her back. So Kemi's like, it doesn't matter, you know, she should have at least shared that she heard something with me. She would have appreciated that more. So she's still kind of figuring out if she can trust Nicole completely or not. I think she really can. I think Nicole genuinely wants to work with her and considers her like one of her closest allies. But Bella asks, do you still want to tell Jess and Nicole everything? Are we going to share all of the info we get with them? And Kemi says, not everything. She says they should discuss like with each other first what they're going to tell the other two. So then Kemi says she's still going to tell Bella everything because that's the only person that she completely trusts. No! Oh my god. Kemi doesn't realize Bella has already sold her out. The game has only been going for like 1 game week, but 2 full weeks or whatever. And Bella has already sold her out, but she doesn't know that. And again, Nicole is legit with her. So Bella's like, oh, I trust you too. And she says she also trusts Nick to a point. But she's claiming it's girls first. We'll see. So then they're both talking about how they love Christy and they wouldn't put her up on the block. But they also feel like she's not someone to bring into their alliance because they feel like she's got floater potential and she kind of like does her own thing. She's like one of those people that follows their gut, and like even if they set something up with somebody, if it doesn't feel right, they're just gonna do what they want to do. So they don't want to bring her into an alliance for that reason. Then they were talking about Annalise's game, and Bella seems to think she's not doing anything, which I would kind of agree. But Kemi's like, no, I think she is playing, and she thinks that Annalise is in a great spot right now because she's flirting with all the guys, so it seems like none of the guys would want to put her up, and it doesn't seem like any of the girls would put her up because of girl power. So she doesn't even need to talk game at this point, so like why start talking game and putting a target on your back? So Kemi is like, if that's what she's doing intentionally, like totally respect it. If not, I guess she got lucky. But anyway, Kemi was like, if I win HOH, I'm putting Jack and Jackson up on the block. Jack is the target, of course. And if one of them comes down with the veto, she's thinking about putting Sis up on the block because she's working with both Jackson and Jack, so it just makes sense to put her up there. The other day she was saying that she would put Sam up as the replacement, but I think that Annalise is probably a much better move because I don't think she should start anything up with Sam because Sam is close to Nick, and then there's Bella, and it's like, oh, it's all messy. Okay, so anyway, Ovi was checking in with Jack because, as we know now, Ovi really looks up to Jack for some reason and considers him his ride or die. What? So Ovi says he's talked to pretty much everyone now and he feels pretty good about the votes, but so many people keep saying that they're gonna go with the house. So he's like, who's the house? Who the F is the house? Amen! I mean, we ask ourselves that every season, right? Who is the house? So it's basically just an excuse for people who who are waiting to find out how everybody else is voting because they don't want to have to decide for themselves and go against the grain here. But anyway, Ovi says that he thinks people are waiting for Jack to tell them what he's doing so that they can do it too. Why is Jack like an authority figure? I just, ugh. But Jack is like, all right, who do you need me to go talk to? Ovi says he's pretty sure he has Cliff, Nicole, Tommy, and Sam. So he doesn't need to talk to them, but maybe talk to Holly and Sis, maybe even like have a group meeting and get everyone on the same page and keeping Ovi. So Jack's like, yeah, I'll talk to some people for you. He's lying. He's not keeping you, Ovi, and he's not going to try and get anyone else to keep you either. So then, after this conversation's over, Ovi is by himself. He's thinking out loud, Ed Sheeran, and he says he's doing what he can do. He doesn't want to come on too strong, but he also doesn't want to sit back. So that's why he's trying to get other people like Jack and Nicole to talk to their friends for him. So he's doing whatever he can to stay, and then he's hoping, you know, if he can survive this week, he'll be able to convince somebody to put him up next week so that he can use his nightmare power, and then he'll be safe for another week. I guess he's assuming if he stays, he's going to go up no matter what, so obviously it would be more beneficial for him to go up as an initial nominee so that he can use his power instead of being backdoored like he was this week. Okay, so back to Love Island. This time we're looking at Bella and Nick. So yesterday, Bella was pissed because she saw Nick carry Sis into the house. It made her feel shitty, okay? So she brings it up to Nick. I think she was ignoring him for a while, and he was like, what's wrong with you? So she tells him, and he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. He apologizes. He's like, I didn't mean to make you feel like that. It's not my choice that we're not together right now. Because they did have that, like, what are we convo a few days ago, and Bella was like, I like you, but I can't be with you because of like her home situation. Apparently she's got all of her belongings at like an ex-boyfriend's place or something, so she didn't like talk about going on Big Brother with him, and she doesn't want all of her stuff like thrown out or anything. So I don't know, it's a weird situation. I don't know all the details, but anyway, Nick is telling her, you're my ride or die. I talk about you all the time. I told you that I wanted to kiss you. And Bella's like, well, I don't want to see you all over everyone else. Like, it really hurts me. So Nick is saying, I just flirt with other people to throw off the trail. I won't do it anymore now that I know that it upsets you. And he says he's committed if she's in. And Bella's like, I'm in. Oh boy, we got another showmance. So then Nick tells Bella, you don't have to worry about like all the other girls. You're just as beautiful as Sis. And Bella says, yeah, I know. And my personality's better anyway. Damn, girl. She's confident. And Nick agrees, yeah, it is way better. And then Bella tells Nick that she made an alliance with Jess, Kemi, and Nicole. What the F are you doing? That didn't take long. I can't believe she already friggin' spilled the beans. And then it didn't take long for Nick to tell Sam about it. So I haven't seen them spread it around too much past that, but we'll see what they do with that information. Why did you do that? Why did you do it? All right. So last night, Big Brother gave the house guests some beer and wine, and it really loosened things up because Jackson started bench pressing Kemi, and he doesn't even really like her. And Jack was being like really nice to Kemi yesterday too, but we know that's because production talked to him and was like, you better stop being such a dickhole because people are getting pretty pissed out in the real world. All right. So anyway, let's talk about Jackson. He is getting really tired of Kat's cleanliness. So he discussed this first with Holly and Sis, and he was like, I want to talk to you guys, but Kat gets so upset. Bleh. So then he was talking about it with Jack, and this is not a tea or shade moment. We'll have plenty of those in a minute. This is just an I'm thirsty thing. Okay, so anyway, Jackson tells Jack that Kat is going way overboard in terms of cling. She is getting super territorial. She's shooting daggers at people when they're talking to him. And Jackson says he's actually interested in Holly. And he is openly talking to her about how he can transition from having a whatever with Kat to having an actual showmance with Holly. Oh my God. First of all, Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch, Jackson, to freaking switch showmances like that. Oh my God. And I can't believe Holly's okay with it. She knows that he's already slept with Kat in the house. That's crazy to me. I don't get it. I don't get it, because Holly seems semi-normal. I don't know, but this is really making me question her sanity. So anyway, Jackson says with Kat, it's more of an obligation. With Holly, I actually would, like, wanna do her. Whoa. So then Jack's saying, whoa, it's like really cool that Holly's okay with the fact that you've already slept with Kat. And Jackson's like, yeah, no, right? So Jackson is freaking planning on hooking up with Holly while Kat is still in the house. What the actual F? It's not even like I'm gonna get her evicted and then I'm gonna hook up with somebody else. It's like, she's gonna have to deal with it. Oh my God. So Jackson is even saying he would love for Kat to win the next HOH so that she'll be sleeping upstairs and he could like sneak around with Holly at night. Oh my God, are you kidding me? First, like, no. I'm pretty sure if Kat were to win HOH, she would like demand that Jackson sleep upstairs or she's gonna evict him on the spot. So anyway, that's pretty wild. And then they were talking about, they changed gears a little bit. They're still on the showmance topic, but they're talking about Nick. And they're like, whoa, he really kind of revealed something today with all that Bella drama, because now they know that Bella is his weakness. So Jackson is kind of thinking he might want to test the waters a little bit here and see if it grinds Nick's gears if they flirt with Bella. But they don't want to go so far that Nick starts coming after them. All right, back to the Kat situation. We already knew that they slept together before the feeds even came on. But now Jackson reveals they had sex 3 times already in the house. I don't know if that's all before the feeds came on or if that's after as well. But he was saying this in such a douchey way. Oh my God. He was telling Jack, after the first time, she started getting territorial. After the second time, it escalated. And after the third time, it brought out feelings from her. Why do you think she's acting so insane? Oh my God, come on. So Jackson again says it's a game move with Kat. He is doing this for game. That is so disgusting. I cannot. Like, no, it's actually really disgusting, all jokes aside, and I feel bad for Kat. It's just like gross for Jackson to do that. And she thinks that it's like a real thing. Holy shit. Okay, so I mean, for a while it was looking like, okay, at first when they went in, Jackson was like the a-hole and Jack was like, nah, okay, and then it switched and then we were like, whoa, Jack sucks, Jackson's fine, you know. But now it's like they both suck. Oh, all right. So then for the rest of the night, Ovi continues to talk to people. Oh wait, I just want to mention too with the Kat thing, with the whole like transitioning from Kat to Holly thing, he still wants to keep Kat close and like thinking that they have something, but he's not gonna like do her anymore because he wants to be able to control her game wise. But then he's actually planning on like hooking up with Holly. There's just like, there's so much wrong with that. So then the rest of the night, I need to move on. I need to get away from Love Island. It's too much. So Ovi continued to talk to people. He has a new like campaign point that he's pushing with the guys. He's letting them know, like, if I leave this week, it's gonna be 6 guys versus 8 girls. And they're like, yeah, whoa. I mean, they're all still lying to him and saying like, yeah, you're staying, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they haven't told him at this point that he's going, which is really sad. And then on the other hand, Kat is asking for more reassurance, and as usual, her crew is like, yes, you're staying, go away, blah. All right, so then this morning, things were still on track for Ovi to go. But is this the day that Kat sinks her own ship? Maybe. Okay, so this morning, Kat walked into the HOH room and she saw a bunch of her friends hanging out without her. And she also saw Jackson in the HOH bed with Holly and Sis. So all of a sudden, Catherine starts accusing Jack of trying to flip the votes against her to get rid of her. And Christy's like, wait, what? What the hell's going on here? So everybody's freaking out. And then Kat leaves. She's pissed. And then she was talking to Jackson a little while later in the camping bedroom. And she's like, how is it gameplay to hide me but have a full-blown showmance with Holly? Oof, just wait, girl, just wait. So she's also upset that he didn't go to her bed last night because when they were drinking, she invited him to go do it. And I guess he was planning on maybe sneaking in there like really, really late at night, but then he didn't go. So, oh my God, what a mess. Jackson is frustrated. He's like, first of all, it's not a showmance with Holly. I'm just hanging out with her. And then he's like, I fell asleep, but I slept through the whole night, so I'm sorry. Blah. And then he's angrily telling her, aggressively whispering, telling her to stop being so paranoid about the votes. You're gonna ruin everything. You're gonna get yourself evicted. And he's telling her, everything I'm doing is to keep you here. Really? Because I think you're just trying to like have a freaking party for your dick and use someone, and it's really gross. But he's claiming everything he's doing is to keep her here, and he's like, you're on the block, Holly's not, so I can talk to her, I can't talk to you, how convenient. But I mean, it's the same shit that we've been hearing for the past week, and he's all like, this is how the game works. Alright, so then, after that, Jackson was complaining to Holly and Sis about Kat and her clinginess and her constant need for reassurance that she's staying. So he's like, I've been exhausting myself and answering the same questions for 2 weeks. It's over 200 hours, almost 300 hours. He's been doing the math, okay? I have no sympathy for him. He brought this on himself. Maybe you shouldn't have been sleeping with someone as a game move? What? Alright, I mean, his voice was getting kind of loud during this venting session, and there were a bunch of other people around. At one point, Ovi even came over and was like, I'm sorry, man. And then Jackson was saying, I want to vote her out. That conversation makes me want to campaign against her. So then he was venting to Tommy about Kat. And he's like, I'm thinking about talking to Christy to flip the vote and keep Ovi. I want to see what she has to say about it. And he says, Ovi is like desperate to stay right now, so if we throw him an olive branch, he's gonna be forever indebted to us. And Tommy's like, yeah, I'm into it, like, let's go talk to Christy. But before that happens, Jackson talks to Jack, and Jack calms him down, gets him back on track, and he says, Ovi's gotta go. And then we'll keep using Kat as a pawn. You know, we need to stick to the plan here. Kat is less likely to win competitions. She's like on our side. Ovi, you never know. So yeah, at this point, Ovi is still going, and he still doesn't know. The eviction is tomorrow. I don't know if there's gonna be more Kat drama that pushes Jackson over the edge. We'll see, there's still time left. But on an unrelated note, I wanna take Tommy's dance class. He was making up this dance to go along with We Will Rock You by Queen, which is so funny because I just choreographed a dance to that for one of my classes. But anyway, yeah, it looks super fun. I want to learn to dance and dance with Tommy. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at right now. Eviction tomorrow. Let me know who you guys want to see go and who you're rooting for HOH. And until tomorrow, much love.